Both teams getting their final warm-ups in as we welcome you back to the MLB pregame show. First pitch of Game 2 in our series is right around the corner. But before we turn that corner, here is our Topps player spotlight. James is our man to watch, and he really had it all working in his last start, collecting the complete game shutout for his efforts.
Well, it was just one of those dominant performances where he single-handedly won the game for his team. I mean, sure, his team got him at least one run, but the way he was throwing, it looked like he could have kept going all day. That's a game he'll remember for a long time, and I'm sure his teammates would be plenty happy if he can put out an effort similar to that in this one.
All right, the guys and I will be back to get this one started on the show right after this. Doesn't get much better than this. Afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, it's the second of this three-game series between the Miami Marlins and the Chicago Cubs. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up.
Miami, center fielder, number 40.
Turned on down the line. This is foul for the first strike.
120.
No one out now.
Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2. EK, one-year-old ball clubs. The Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
It's always important to play good baseball in front of the home crowd, and they were fortunate to get this series off on the right foot in Game 1. They'll hope to continue their winning ways here in Game number 2.
The throw pulls him off the bag. Chad Trevino will stand in, and he wasn't much of a factor yesterday as he took an 0 for 4 in the loss. In there at the knees, strike one.
And you know, all you have to do is point back to yesterday's ball game. This was part of their downfall, hitting with runners in scoring position. They just couldn't sustain any kind of offense. So this would be a big boost if he could turn the tide a little bit here and come through big.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Pulled softly out toward right. And that's going to get down in front of Hayward for a bit on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out. Giancarlo Stanton will stand in, and he enters play with the 6th highest home run total in the National League.
And 3 home runs over his last 10 games, too.
Oh, might not have been where he was hoping to put that pitch, but he somehow gets a swing on it anyway. Strike one.
Well, he's having some problems here with location. He's got 2.
And no throw, as it turns out, as he takes second with ease. Runners at second and third here, nobody out. Swing and a miss as he pulled the string on him, 1-2. And set up behind the plate is Kenny Jansen as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
Well, Matt, there is some feeling that Jansen can struggle occasionally with pitches on the corners. I've seen both hitters and pitchers be confused by his calls on the black at times, so we'll see if that shows up in this one.
And he lays off the curveball. Strike 3 called, and that's going to be out number 1. And here's how the visiting Miami Marlins will line up in this one. Anybody catch your eye, Eric?
Well, Matt, I think the cleanup hitter might be the difference maker in this game. He's on a nice little hot streak, batting over 400 in his last 10 games.
The 1-0 delivery. Tapped out in front of home. Lottridge scoops it up. Throw gets him. 2 down. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, Matty, this center fielder that we're going to watch, great range. Ton of speed, can cover a lot of ground. They won him the Gold Glove last year. I can't wait to watch him play center in this one.
0-2 is the count.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Trying to escape unscathed here in the first. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Won't go after that one, and it's 1-2.
Well, when it's warm like this, you really have to keep the ball down. Try to keep guys from hitting it in the air because it will absolutely carry. That's 2 pitches in a row that were elevated.
No offer at the curve that time, and it's knotted up at 2-2.
And this is where he gets so tough. He's seen everything you've got, but you still got to make...
Threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. So a good job of pitching there as they wind up stranding 2 men in scoring position in the opening half inning. And now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a... dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s.
And, you know, he's coming into this one licking his wounds a little bit. His average on the season is still good, but he's really scuffled over the last month or so.
Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him at 96. It's a ball and a strike.
And even though that is a strike, man, that thing is coming in so hard, it's almost impossible to get a level swing off. You're better off taking it and waiting for something you can handle a little better.
Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away.
Well, the strikeouts sure come in bunches for this guy. Remember, he had 10 of them in his last start, and he's well on his way to maybe even matching that number in this game.
Brian On will stand in, and as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against the southpaws than he does against right-handers. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
Well, that one's at 94, so the velocity's good right now.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Changeup called a strike, and he comes back even at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Tap foul at home plate. Grounded back up the middle. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit. Miguel Rojas takes his first shot here with a runner at first now and 1 away. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. And he misses with it. 1-1. One and 2 now as that's in there at the knees. No score here as we play inning number 2.
Let's turn it. Come on now.
Line drive to left. In there, a base hit.
Boy, and that is 4 hits already here in the first 2 innings. Now, they need to work on breaking into that run column.
Get ahead of him right here.
And he pops up the bunt attempt. Bunt attempt is popped into foul ground. Has to be thinking strikeout here. And did he square around? No, it's ball 1.
Not a real good 0-2 there. You don't necessarily want it in the zone, but you do want to at least give him something to think about.
Only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful sacrifice.
And with 1 out already, I think they were concerned of the possibility of a double play. So they're going to let the pitcher go ahead and put one down right here. Now at least you give your leadoff guy a chance to drive in a couple runs with 2 outs.
Carlo Nieto is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at second and third with 2 gone. Now a fastball that just misses here as the count moves to 2-1.
Yeah, a good job here of working himself back into a hitter's count, especially with 2 men on base in front of him.
And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2.
He's a pitch away from wiggling off the hook for the 2nd straight inning.
Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Marlins strand a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. Darren James gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2.
You can do it.
Hit hard to short. Scooped up. Throw on the 2nd for the force, and the side is retired. Only 1. It's a great day for baseball here in Chicago as we welcome you back to Baseball on the Show from Wrigley Field. Chad Trevino will get us started here for Miami, and he'll have backup in the form of Giancarlo Stanton waiting on deck. And that's in there for strike 1.
Now that he's fully loose out there, you can see he's getting a little more zip on that fastball than he had coming out of the gate.
Nope, that's
and there's ball 1.
Yeah, a couple of close pitches there on the inside part of the plate. I don't think he could have done much with either one of those.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Lays off the changeup, and he's ahead in the count now, 3-1.
And he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
And it's full now, 3-2.
Well, this is turning into a real dogfight now.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Belted high in the air out to left. Back goes Rasmus. Out of here. She was a wall scraper. A solo shot here to left. 6th home run on the season for him. And with it, the Marlins are back even now at 1-1. Giancarlo Stanton will stand in for the 2nd time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
And these guys already have 1 home run here in the inning. And now you get to the real power guys here. So you need to be careful.
Bases are empty here. Nobody out. And this is lifted high in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball.
Hey, got no outs.
Trying to strike him out for the 2nd time. And another foul ball. No outs, nobody on. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
And he's having a rough go of it so far. His 2nd strikeout of the ball game. You can see him gesturing that he thinks that pitch was outside, but I think once he gets a look at it in the clubhouse, he'll probably change his tune.
Carlos Santana stands in as he swings and misses for strike 1.
That is the hardest first pitch to look for because you just can't wait long enough. Not only is it a hard pitch to hit, but it sets up everything else you have.
Rasmus on the run, and that'll get down out there near the wall.
Cut it. Hold on.
And he'll cruise into the bag at 2nd with a 1-out double.
Boy, it's only the 3rd inning here, and he's already given up more hits so far than he did in his entire start last time out. He hasn't been able to reproduce what he had going on last time, at least not to this point.
Didi Gregorius comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. This is flared right back over the mound. In time to first, and there are 2 away. Coming to the plate now, Stephen Lim, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center.
That's mine, that's mine.
Therefore, it is Russell, and Addison makes the catch to. Brian On is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
In there, strike one. Here's his swing, and just foul, says the umpire, and he was right on that one.
Here we go, boys.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Hit hard down the right field line, but foul.
Hey, we got nobody, no one down.
Nothing
here.
in 2 count, and the pitch. Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again.
Nope.
And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. And good hustle to get over and tag him for the out.
Now batting.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Miguel Rojas. He reached on a single in his first try.
Hey, we got one out here.
And this is popped up. Back behind second. Russell is there for it.
I go.
And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Justin Nicolino is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. A windup and the 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. They still trail it here 2-1. Darren James stands in.
The pitcher, Darren.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Behind on that one. Now behind in the count. 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Drive that pitch, huh?
Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2.
Hey, wait for yours here.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They lead it 2-1.
We got no outs. Center fielder, Carlo Diego.
Hard hit ball towards the hole, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin. So a line drive single to left makes it 2 hits for him now this afternoon at the plate. And as you take a look there at the team leaderboard, you can see he tops all Miami Marlins in that department.
Yeah, and when a guy can post numbers like that, his teammates just expect him to produce game after game. He's a hit machine for them.
That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
Not only has he rung up a lot of strikeouts, but he still hasn't walked a batter to this point. So his control has been really, really spot on so far.
Hit in the air to right center field. This ball is carrying well. Back it goes, and it is out of here. A long 2-run homer off the bat of Giancarlo Stanton. Number 23 for him thus far as the Marlins move out in front now 3-2. Carlos Santana started to go around, but it's a called strike. 0-1. 0-1 count and the pitch. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side. And that gets through for a one-out base hit. Didi Gregorius will dig in for the third time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1.
And even though he's given up his share of hits so far, he still hasn't walked anybody, so at least he's got that going for him.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
One down.
Fastball not close, and he runs it to 2 balls and a strike. You get the sense he's starting to nibble a bit at the corners here, and that's something he wasn't doing earlier.
Yeah, and he sort of backed off the throttle a little bit, too. I'm wondering if that home run ball might have changed his approach just a little bit.
Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2.
Throw it up right here.
Hit hard towards center, and that'll get down for a base hit. And now, this ball's going to wind up out of play, and a big mistake there.
Now batting.
Stephen Lim will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out 0 for 2 thus far. Lays off 1-0.
Here we go now. Let's go.
And a breaking ball to the dirt that time for a ball.
2 times here they've gone away. Both pretty easy takes. And as a hitter, now I'm thinking it might be time they try to bust something inside.
Lays himself out and makes a spectacular catch.
Nice.
Well, that's about as high a degree of difficulty as you're going to find. This looks like a base hit all the way, but he never gives up on it, and he's able to range back onto the outfield grass and make a great diving catch on that little looper.
Looking to minimize the damage here. Swing and a little tapper, but it gets fouled. 3 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error so far for the Marlins. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. So 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. Home half of the Miguel Rojas makes his way to the box to lead us off in the 6th inning.
Miguel Rojas.
Chop foul right at home plate. Down the third baseline. But this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2.
Hey, 2 outs. Plays at 1.
Hit high and deep out there to left center field. Rasmus ranging back, and goodbye. This one ain't coming back. So a solo shot here to left center field, and it stakes the mark. And gentlemen, one of the big keys here for the Marlins this afternoon was the play of this man, Giancarlo Stanton. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, I think in the end, this really could have been anybody's award.